Good evening, students. Today we will discuss the correction of sentences which is given in page number 20. So if you have a workbook, please keep that with you so that it will be easy for you to understand what we are going to discuss. So now what is this correction of sentences? This is one of the important grammar items of your first PUC English, and you have this even for your annual examination. It carries 1 mark in the annual examination. So what is this correction of sentences? So look at that in the page number 20th. In the very beginning, they have given a statement there. Many of us tend to commit mistakes while framing sentences. Of course, when we are not aware of the right usage of articles, prepositions, tenses, and then verb, subject-verb agreement, or the spellings of the words, then we make mistakes while framing sentences. So even in the examination, you will be given a sentence where there will be a mistake. It could be a mistake of preposition, article, or wrong usage of the word, but you should be able to identify that error or mistake. Then only you can rewrite or you can replace the wrong word with the right word or the preposition or article. So before writing the correct word or before replacing the wrong word, we should know what the right usage of the articles or grammar or the word is. Otherwise, it may become a bit difficult for us to recognize the mistake and rewrite them. So again, remember, as I said, you will be given a sentence. You are supposed to rewrite the entire sentence, not only striking out the wrong word and then replacing. Don't do that in the examination. So you have to write or rewrite the entire sentence with the right format or with the right sentence. Okay, not only adding or not only just writing the right word, but you have to rewrite the entire sentence. So look at that. Generally, these mistakes are committed in the following areas. So what are the common mistakes that we do? In what areas usually we make mistakes or we commit mistakes while framing sentences? They have given there. Using appropriate articles and prepositions. Sometimes we are not aware of the right usage of or appropriate usage of articles and prepositions. Sometimes we write the in front of proper nouns, right? Again, that is wrong. Sometimes we write and before consonants. So these knowledge we must have these knowledge. Then only we can identify the wrong word there or the mistakes in a given sentence. So using correct form of the verb. Again, we should have the knowledge of verb and then placing words in the right order. Again, we should know that because there is a structure for every sentence, even for the question forms. We have already learned that while discussing question formation, right? For statement, we have subject, verb, and agreement. In the same way, we have structure for different sentences, and we should be aware of those sentence structure. And then fixing subject-verb agreement. You know that when we have to use plural verb and where we have to use singular verb. So these must be known. And then using unnecessary and wrong words. Sometimes we use wrong words at the wrong place or in the wrong context. Again, we should be aware of that. So everything is given in this exercise or in this chapter. So it will help you in this format. In the same format, you will be given the questions even in the examination. So you need not worry much about this, but please be aware of the right usages of articles, prepositions, subject-verb agreement, and tenses, and also the spellings. You should also sometimes students just focus only on articles, prepositions, and subject-verb and tenses. They just ignore the spellings. So sometimes there will be mistakes even in spellings of the words. So please read the words, each and every word in a sentence very carefully and identify the error. So shall we start now? Look at the first one. Identify the mistakes in the following sentences and correct them. One is done for you. Example, they have given even the example. In the same way you have to write that. Look at the first example there. Once upon a time, a elephant made friendship with a man. So now what is the mistake in that given sentence? Look at that. Once upon a time, a elephant. You got the mistake there. You identified the mistake there. What is that? A elephant. We don't use a in front of the words which begins with vowel, letters or sounds. So here elephant, E is a vowel, letter as well as sound. So it takes an, it must take an. So that is the mistake there. So you have to rewrite them. Look at that. Even in the examination you have to rewrite them in the same way how it is given in your workbook. Once upon a time, an elephant made friendship with a man. So I hope you understood this. You got the exact idea now. Let's do the remaining sentences there. This is the best thing to do. So what is the mistake here? So we don't use a before a superlative adjectives, right? So the best, we don't say a best, the best. It has to be the best, the finest, the tallest, the highest. In that way we use superlative adjectives. So here this is the best thing to do, not a. This is the best thing to do. Look at the next one. You can fool some people all the time, but not everyone. Look at that again. We don't say all the time, all the time. It has to be all the time. That is the right usage, right? You can fool some people all the time, not all the time. You can fool some people all the time, but not everyone. The huts were already occupied by a jungle lords. Look at that again. It has to be the jungle lords. Why? We don't say, we don't use a indefinite article before plurals. Jungle lords. You can say a jungle lord, but here jungle lords. And one more thing, this is taken from your lesson itself, right? So it takes definite article. So it becomes the huts were already occupied by the jungle lords, right? By the jungle lords. Look at the next one. The old woman reduced a self-esteem of the speaker. Again, not a self-esteem, the self-esteem. Usually, when there is of, okay, and then they should be the self-esteem of, because we are talking about the particular person. We are talking about the self-esteem of a particular person, and that is why it must be the self-esteem. The old woman reduced a self-esteem of the speaker. Okay, again this is taken from your textbook or course book, The Old Woman, from the poem An Old Woman. So that is why it is given the here. Okay, which means you are familiar with that. So that is why the old woman reduced the self-esteem of the speaker. Look at the next one. An European came to visit India. Again, the major mistake most of the time we make. So an European, again that is wrong. Here E is just in European, E is just even though that is a vowel letter, but the sound is different here. The sound is consonant, Y sound. So that is why it doesn't take an here. Okay, so don't get confused between vowel sound and vowel letter. So it is just a letter, not a sound here. This is not a vowel sound here, and that is why it takes U sound. So it must take A. A European came to visit India. A European came to visit India. Don't say an European, but a European. So just look at the sound of, or just look at the sound of elephant and European. Completely different. Both the words begin with the letter E, but the sound is different there. Elephant, both the sound as well as the word is vowel. But here only the letter is sorry, not the word but the letter. The letter is here vowel, but the sound is consonant, and that is why it must take A. But there the letter as well as the sound is vowel, so that is why it must take an. So a European came to visit India. Next one. This is the story of a unusual medicinal creeper. So what is the mistake here? Again, they have used a. So that is the wrong use of article. Why it must take an? Why it must take an? Because unusual. Look at the word there, you. Here, so a is vowel sound. So that is why it must take an unusual medicinal creeper. But before university, you cannot write an. Why? Because there the sound as well, u, that is consonant. But here a, umbrella, uncle, aunt, these are all vowel sounds. Vowel sounds as well as letter. So that is why here it takes an. So this is the story of an unusual medicinal creeper. So if you know this much, if you know the usage of a and the, then it becomes very easy for you to identify the error and rewrite them. So shall we go to the next one? Prepositions. So look at that, the example, I am here for teach you English. We don't say that. We say I am here to teach you English. We don't say here for, but I am here to teach you English. Next one, the pin-headed duck is a resident in the swampy forest. So swampy is wet, wet forest. Resident. So here in, we don't say resident in, but resident of. So when we talk about resident, so we say I am the resident of this place. So in the same way, we don't say resident in, but it has to be resident of. The pin-headed duck is a resident of the swampy forest. Look at the next one. I have another piece of work to you. So here it has to be for, not to. But I have another piece of work for you. I have another piece of work for you. Okay, the third one, the huts are already occupied from the jungle lords. So when we read that, we understand that it's a completely senseless sentence. So we say the huts are already occupied by jungle lords. Jungle lords galinda. Okay, not from but by. The huts are already occupied by the jungle lords. Next one, I am protecting my delicate skin by the hailstorm. Look at that, you have to change the preposition here. So in the first sentence, in the third sentence they have given from, but it has to be by. In the second sentence it has to be from, but they have given by. So we have to understand that difference between by and from. So here I am protecting my delicate skin from the hailstorm, not by, from the hailstorm. Yes, look at the next one, subject verb agreement. Example is given, one is done for you. My dear good friend, I hope you are able to see this. My dear good friend, your skin are harder than mine, said the elephant. Look at that, we don't say skin are, we say skin is. So the mistake here is are. So you have to remove are and you have to replace are with is. So my dear good friend, your skin is harder than mine, said the elephant. First, look at the first one. Children is still sleeping in the hut. So child is singular and children plural. So it must take children are, not children's. Okay. So it has to be the singular of children is child. Child is children are. So it has to be children are still sleeping in the hut. Next one. On the face of it, this does not seem an impossible task. So what is the mistake here? Once you use does, again you should not add yes to the verb. So here they have written on the face of it, this does not seem. So it has to be seem. This does not seem an impossible task. Third one, habitat destruction are the primary reason for the disappearance of our wildlife. Again, habitat destruction, right? So it has to be is, not are. Habitat destruction is the primary reason for the disappearance of our wildlife. This were the result of large scale clearing of the forests. We don't say were. Result, that takes again singular. So this was the result, not here. You cannot write are. Why? Sorry, is. You cannot write is here. Why? Because in the given sentence, were is the past tense. The sentence, remember, you do not have any right to change the tense of the sentence. You have to change only the verb, but that has to be in the same tense how it is given even in the question paper. So just because it is singular, you cannot write is. Why? Here it is given were, which means the sentence is in the past tense. So you have to write the past form of the singular verb. Okay, so this was the result of large scale clearing of the forests. Next one. The world have more evil than good. Again, the world. That is, again, it has to be considered as singular. So it has to take has. The world has more evil than good. Next one. You is. This is very simple. Right? We all know that you always go with are, not is. So you are wandering around far away from home. You are wandering around far away from home. Someone have picked my pocket and taken away my wallet. So what is the mistake here? We have learned that when a word or whenever the sentence begin with someone, anyone, somebody, anybody, then it has to take singular form of the verb. So which is the singular form of have forms? Singular verb of have form, that is has. So it should be someone has picked my pocket and taken away my wallet. Someone has. Look at the next one. Word order. As I said, there is an order for each and every kind of sentences, right? We have learned that while discussing questions and question tags and then statements. So here we have to apply that. Look at the first example. Why you are so late, Nicola? Most of us have the habit of asking that. Why you are not coming? So that is a wrong way of framing questions. As I said, after WH question word, there should be helping verb. Remember that, and then comes the subject. But most of the time in spoken English, we invert that. Why you are so late? So what is the right way of asking question? Why are you so late? Why are you so late, Nicola? Next one. When he had met his friend. Look at that again. So after WH, then there should be helping verb. So it becomes when had he met his friend. When had he met his friend. Look at the next one. Where the fruits are. So we use this usually in reported speech, and that too in past tense. But here it has to be where are the fruits. It has to be where are the fruits. Next one. Why he has taken my book. Again, the right way. Why has he taken my book? Why has he taken my book? Look at the next one. I have not told you to keep away from here. See, again, you have to even identify the question mark. You have to take even the question mark into consideration. If there is a question mark, which means that has to be in the question form itself. Right. It need not be only WH question, but it can also be yes or no question, which begins with auxiliary or helping verb. So here there is no WH word, question word, which means still there is a question mark. What does that mean? Which means it is a yes or no question. So now you have to identify the helping verb there. Is there a helping verb? Yes, have is a helping verb. So using have, you have to frame question. So it becomes, have I not told you to keep away from here? Got it? Have I? If there is no question mark, then just write the sentence in the right structure, subject, verb, agreement. But if there is a question mark, then you have to frame question. So, have I not told you to keep away from here? Have I not told you to keep away from here? Next one. Which way he did go? So now, which way did he go? Look at that. Which way? That comes together and then there should be helping verb. So that is did. So it becomes, which way did he go? Which way he did go? So which way did he go? Next one. Where he is now. So where is he now? So it has to be, where is he now? Where is he now? Next one. What your command is. What is your command? What is your command? Next one again, look at that. There is a question mark, which means it has to be a question. You are jealous that the goddess comes to me rather than you in dream. So how do you frame this as a question? Use by using helping verb. So which is the helping verb there? Are. So you have to invert the subject and verb. So it becomes, are you jealous? Only that much. Are you jealous that the goddess comes to me rather than you in a dream? In that way. Next one. Where you did come from. So it has to be, where did you come from? Where did you come from? Where you were all this time. So again it has to be, where were you all this time? Where were you all this time? Were the animals living? So it has to be, where were the animals living? Where were the animals living? So this is the structure of a question. Now the next one is redundancy. So what do you mean by redundancy? Needless repetition. Okay, so there will be two words which gives the same meaning. So in that case you need not use both the words. So that becomes a needless repetition. So you have to use any one of the two words. So it is given there. So suppose if you go late, you will miss the train. There is no need of saying suppose if. Just write if you go late. That is enough. Don't write suppose if. That becomes a wrong usage. So it has to be, if you go late, you will miss the train. No need of writing or adding suppose there. Look at the next one. The cricket team returned back to India yesterday. So what is the mistake there? Again, what do you mean by return? Coming back, right? So there is no need to say return back again, right? Right? Only returned. Back is not necessary there. So you have to remove back there. Just write, the cricket team returned to India yesterday. The cricket team returned to India yesterday. Look at the next one. I get up at 6 a.m. in the morning. Again, redundancy, needless repetition. So either you have to say, I get up at 6 in the morning or at 6 a.m. Don't write at 6 a.m. in the morning. That is again, not necessary there. So you have to write either I get up at 6 a.m. or get up at 6 in the morning. Look at the next one. Man is more better than animals. So this is again very funny, right? Again, there is no need of writing more. Man is better than animals. But nowadays it feels as if animals are better than a man. Man is more better than animals. So you have to erase more there. Just write man is better than animals. Next one. He is my most best friend. You want to express your affection towards your friend, or you want to say the world that he or she is your best friend. So don't use all the adjectives simultaneously. It sounds so awkward, right? So there is no need of writing most best. Just write best friend. That is enough. People will understand. Okay. So he is my best friend, not most. So just erase most there. He is my best friend. Yes, look at the next one. Wrong use of words. The furnitures cost 10,000 rupees. So there is no word or the usage called furnitures. There is only a furniture. Don't use furnitures, just like informations, like that. So the furniture costs 10,000 rupees. Don't say furnitures. The furniture costs 10,000 rupees. Next one. I am reading a new poetry. So if there is a one poem, then it cannot be called as poetry but a poem. So it has to be I am reading a new poem. A new poem. Next one. My hairs are black. We don't say my hairs. Right. My hair is black. My hair is black. Next one. He took his sheep to graze. Again, we don't say sheeps. So the plural form of sheep is sheep itself. So there is no usage sheeps. He took his sheep to graze. So that is a mistake there. He took his sheep to graze. Next one. The teacher gave me good advice. So what is that? The teacher gave me good advice. So there the spelling, it has to be ADVICE. So noun, advice. Okay, ADVICE, advice. It's in the next page. You can see this. So advice, it is given VISE, so it has to be CE. Advice. Next one. The thieves escaped from the police arrived. The thieves escaped before the police arrived. So what is the mistake there? Look at the spelling of thieves. Thief, then it should be thieves. Right. So what is the spelling thieves? THIEVES. It has to be thieves. The thieves escaped before the police arrived. Next one. The children were weeping. Their mothers pacified them. So there are two mistakes here. There are two sentences and there are two mistakes. In the first sentence, look at that. What is the mistake? I told you a few minutes ago. What is that? We don't say children's. It is only children. So the children were weeping. So erase that yes. The children were weeping. Their mothers. So again, there. It has to be there. There. THEIR. Their mothers. Avara tayandru. There is Ali. Okay, THERE, there is Ali. So it has to be their mothers pacified them. Pacifying is consoling. Pacified them. So the last one, tenses. Example, I am liking Kannada very much. So this is the common mistake that most of us do. So what is that? I am liking Kannada very much. There is no such usage. avoid saying I am having, he is having. That is a wrong usage. I am liking, she is liking. That is a wrong usage. Don't say that. So it has to be I like Kannada very much. I have book, not I am having book. I am having class. That is wrong usage. So avoid such kind of mistakes, and these are, these often repeat in the examination. So if you are given I am having, just write I have. I am liking, just write I like. Okay. Or remembering, I am remembering, I remember. So in that way. So we call them, stative verbs. Stative verbs. So we don't use that with, helping verbs. Okay. I am liking, it's just I like. I am having, I have. I am remembering, I am forgetting, I forget. I remember, in that way. So I am liking Kannada very much. So it has to be I like Kannada very much. Next one. Again. I am thanking you for your help. The biggest mistake. So it has to be I thank. Not I am thanking, but I thank. Even in the letter writing, most of the students, they make this mistake. They commit this mistake while writing thank you. They write thanking you. That is a wrong usage. There is no such kind of usage. Just write thank you. So I thank you for your help. I thank you for your help. Next one. The pen is belonging to me. Again, that is wrong. Stative verb. So it has to be the pen belongs to me. The pen belongs to me. Not belonging. The pen belongs to me. Next one. The lady is resembling her mother. Again, the lady resembles her mother. It has to be the lady resembles her mother. So these verbs, what I said, stative verbs, these verbs do not go with helping verbs. If you write helping verb, then they should be ing form, right? So this makes the whole sentence awkward and wrong. So that is why whenever you talk about like, thank, belong, resemble, remember, have, please be careful. There is no ing. You should not add ing to that. In other context, of course, we use that, but that is a different form of the grammar. So that is not necessary for you. But whenever you use I, and then they should be have, not having. Keep that in mind. So the lady resembles her mother. That's it. Look at that. She is liking sweets. She is liking sweets. So it has to be she likes sweets. She likes sweets. Next one. My friend drank milk. What is the mistake here? The verb form is wrong here. When we use drunk, drunk is a V3 form of drink. Drink, drank and drunk. So if you are using drunk, then they should be have form. My friend has drunk. It has to be my friend has drunk. But here, this is a simple past tense. So here it should be V2. So what is the V2 of drink? That is drank. It cannot be drunk, but it has to be my friend drank milk. Don't write, now don't add has here. You change the tense there. Okay, so keep that in mind. If it is given like this, my friend drank, you have to make it drank. My friend drank milk. So this is all about correction of sentences. So I hope this is clear. Work on this, and I'll give you some more examples to this. Okay, then take care of yourselves. Thank you.